Hello world, it's been called the most audacious Twitter hack of all time. Last year, 130 high-profile Twitter accounts were compromised, including that of Musk, Gates, Obama, and even Kanye West, all in an effort to pillage your Bitcoin wallet. In the chaos that ensued, Twitter's stock price plunged 7% as traders scrambled to determine the extent of the damage. At the heart of this fiasco was the then 17-year-old who has only just been sentenced along with his co-conspirators. But what's happened to the crypto treasure trove he acquired, and how exactly was he tracked down and caught by the FBI? That's coming up in this video, where we break down and dissect cybersecurity related tech news. The plot came to fruition on July 15, 2020, when 130 high-profile Twitter accounts simultaneously started tweeting, purporting to be offering free Bitcoin. Just send over some Bitcoin to a given address and you'd receive back double the amount you sent, or so they claimed. This sent Twitter into a bit of a frenzy at the time. To anyone with knowledge of the crypto world, this is a classic scam, one that people continue to fall for nonetheless. 415 people sent Bitcoin hoping to multiply their money, all in all totaling about $100,000 worth of Bitcoin at the time. It's easy to think you'd have to be a bit of a fool to succumb to a trick like this, though when you understand the sheer volume of newbies jumping on the Bitcoin bandwagon who don't really even have an understanding of crypto as a concept, it's understandable why a good chunk of people will fall for something like this. To anyone familiar with crypto, this scam is almost a meme. We see it everywhere. That's a scam! Though to a complete noob who might not understand Bitcoin transactions can't be reversed, coupled with a well-written tweet from Bill Gates' genuine Twitter account, it might all seem quite convincing. In fact, a BBC article explains how recently a 42-year-old guy from Germany was scammed out of 10 Bitcoin. That's $500,000 in a very similar scam. The scammers hacked into a verified Twitter account and changed the name to Elon Musk before tweeting about bogus Bitcoin giveaways. The victim here had a job in the IT industry and is a self-anointed non-idiot. By all accounts, he should have known better, but it goes to show that if you haven't come across a particular scam before, you're in a good mood and maybe you've had a drink or two, you're ripe for deception. But how did the then 17-year-old breach all these accounts? Hacking into 130 high-profile Twitter accounts takes some doing. In a classic move, specific Twitter employees were targeted in spear phishing attacks. Surprise, surprise, the target here, Twitter, hasn't gone into too much detail in their publicly available analysis of the incident, though the vector here seems to have been a phone spear phishing attack. Whether that refers to malicious messages or phony phone calls, we can't be sure. Either way, the attackers managed to gain knowledge of Twitter's internal systems and began targeting certain employees, which were known to have access to Twitter's admin tools. Once the infiltrators had access to an admin account, they basically had full control over any Twitter account they pleased. The campaign consisted of accessing DMs of various Twitter accounts, tweeting their scam from others, and downloading the user data of 7 accounts. They also attempted to profit by selling some of the stolen accounts on OG Users, which is a marketplace for selling accounts. This is where things started to go downhill for our attackers. You see, a few months prior in April, the website OG Users announced they had been hacked. In the wake of the hack, a rival criminal gang made a database of private user information from OG Users available for download. This included usernames, IP addresses, private messages, email addresses, etc., etc. The FBI became acutely aware of this treasure trove of information and downloaded a copy for themselves. Using the leaked data, the FBI managed to create a web of links between various Bitcoin addresses, Coinbase accounts, IP addresses, among other things, which eventually led them to one Graham Ivan Clark, the now 18-year-old behind this plot. 30 felony charges were filed against Clark, and he's just been sentenced to 3 years behind bars and another 3 of probation. Luckily for Clark, he was tried as a juvenile, which helped him avoid a much lengthier incarceration. As part of his probation, he'll be banned from using computers without permission from law enforcement, and will be forced to hand over passwords for any online account he controls. His co-conspirators have also been charged for their part in the scandal, and those bitcoins have been confiscated and will be returned to their rightful owners, who will no doubt be delighted to find out that in the meantime, those bitcoins have over 6x'd in value. Speaking of value, if you like value, in particular value of the free variety, then you're going to love this. We all have some server running something somewhere, whether that's in the form of a website or a dinky Minecraft server. Here's why you might want to switch them for free to today's sponsor, Linode. Linode is a totally customizable cloud hosting platform that grows with you, from hosting small personal projects to enterprise-scale neural networks. If it runs on Linux, it'll run on Linode. Linode launched way back in 2003. That's 3 years before AWS was even a thing. Linode doesn't spend a second on side hustles like grocery chains or reading you bedtime stories. Cloud computing is what they do best and is their only focus. Linode is offering all of you guys $100 in free credit just for signing up. Claiming your $100 is the easiest decision you're going to make today. Use it to spin up a Minecraft server, set up a pen testing lab, instantiate your own VPN. The possibilities are endless. They have 24/7 phone support, which is a godsend in the world of servers, so you will never be left out in the cold. Go to linode.com/satonic or click the link in the description to claim your free $100. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below. What do you think of the punishment this guy got? Only 3 years for the most audacious Twitter hack ever? And what do you think of him being banned from using computers and having to hand over access to all the online accounts he controls? Let me know down in those comments. As always, stay tuned for more hacking videos and have a good one.